has been quiet since the year 2016, when FEMA conducted Cascadia Rising, a drill that simulated a 9.0 earthquake and tsunami rising out of the Cascadia subduction zone and obliterating portions of the Pacific Northwest. Well, now it's the year 2022, and FEMA is at it yet again. They're conducting yet another Cascadia subduction zone drill. The truth of the matter is, FEMA is dead serious, and they are dead serious about the potential for a tsunami and earthquake in the Pacific Northwest. So much so that they are encouraging residents to be 2 weeks ready. Now, before I dive into the report, I want to remind you, get to restrictedrepublic.com. Now, I started this website because of all the censorship that is taking place. And right now, if you're really looking for truth and want answers to what is happening and what's really going on, you have to get to restrictedrepublic.com. I've got so many videos on there. Not only do you get commercial-free content, but we also do live streams, and we also have exclusive content just for Restricted Republic followers there. And right now, you can get the entire first year for half off, which is equivalent of $3 and some change every single month. Use the coupon code HALF to take advantage of that special offer. But get to restrictedrepublic.com. So just how serious is FEMA about the potential for an earthquake and tsunami happening in the Pacific Northwest? Well, obviously, they're very serious, so serious that they have conducted multiple drills, one in 2016 and one now in 2022. But what exactly does this 2022 drill harbor? Well, let's go directly to FEMA.gov so you can see it right there on their website. And here it is. FEMA holds comprehensive exercise on Cascadia subduction zone earthquake and tsunami response plan. Now, they actually have an entire website dedicated to Cascadia Rising, and here it is right here. And we could see at the top, Cascadia Rising 2022 exercise series. Now, this website has everything you want to know: who's helping, who's going to be a part of it, what agencies, non-government and government included, and who is in this planning committee. But if you scroll down a little bit, you can also see some of the slides they use. But here we also have the dates that they're planning it. On June 13th through the 16th, that's when it's going to be conducted. Now, I want to go a little bit further into the website and show you some of the about section on what's taking place there. And here's what it says. Local and federal officials joined the Washington Emergency Management Division to officially kick off the planning efforts for Cascadia Rising 2022 this week. The exercise, slated for June 2022, builds on the previous exercise of the same name and takes another look at how response and recovery from Cascadia subduction zone earthquake might turn out. After the 2016 exercise, Washington State changed its message to encourage residents to be 2 weeks ready. And many agencies, including the Washington National Guard, were able to field test plans to see what worked and what didn't. But there you see, they want residents to be 2 weeks ready. Now, it goes on a little bit and it says this. Local, states, and federal agencies, tribal nations, private sector, and non-government organizations across 3 states, Washington, Oregon, and Idaho, will be preparing in the 4-day Cascadia Rising 2022 exercise. Other partners include the National Guard and the U.S. Department of Defense. It is not just about the exercise for us. U.S. Army Major General Brett D. Daughtry, the director of the Washington Military Department and commander of the Washington National Guard, who also gave a presentation on the matter to the National Guard Bureau. He states, "We really want to be prepared for the day and an actual earthquake hits. The better prepared and the more assistance we can get from the Guard Bureau will only make us stronger, and it is really beneficial for the citizens of our state." The exercise's objective is to plan, organize, equip, train, exercise for responding to and recovering from a catastrophic incident resulting in extraordinary levels of mass casualties, damage or disruption severity affecting the population, infrastructure, environment, environment, economy, morale, and or government functions. Now, here's the great news is that they're actually preparing. I do feel that our government agencies, non-government agencies, all should be ready in the event something like this happens. The bad news on that is the actual potential for something like that happening. Obviously, this is not something we ever want to happen. Now, what's interesting is around this same time, The Guardian put out a really intriguing article at the same time that this drill is being conducted. Take a look here. This is on theguardian.com and its headline, "A mega tsunami in the Pacific Northwest. It could be worse than predicted," a study says. And the article goes, and by the way, the date on this is very recently published, June 7th, 2022. But here's what it states. Scientists have long predicted a giant 9.0 magnitude earthquake that reverberates out from the Pacific Northwest Cascadia Fault and quickly triggers colossal waves barreling to the shore. But what if these predictions were missing an important piece of information? One, that in certain scenarios can tell an even more extreme story. A new study published last month in the peer-reviewed journal Earth Science Reviews points towards such a missing piece. Researchers revealed a previously unknown relationship between the severity of a tsunami triggered by an earthquake and something known as the outer wedge, the area between the main earthquake fault and the seafloor. It goes on, they found a correlation relationship between the maximum tsunami height and the outer wedge. The wider it is, Barbot explained, the more faults there are, the more chances there are to move the seafloor, and thus the more extreme the tsunami may be. But what area was the most extreme? We'll take a look what it says a little bit further in the article. It says towards the top of that list was the 600-mile Cascadia subduction zone. It runs from Vancouver Island, Canada, down to Northern California, and it is poised for its next large earthquake. Its last big one was in 1700. A current estimate points to about a 15% chance of a 9.0 magnitude earthquake in the next 50 years. A 15% chance, that's fairly high, of a 9.0 earthquake coming out of that area within the next 50 years. Cue the reason why FEMA is preparing the area and warning residents to be prepared just in case. Hopefully, we get everything installed the right way and they're able to warn the citizens to get out of the city as quickly as possible. But either way, there's a lot going on in the Cascadia subduction zone and things that I think you should be aware of. And it's interesting that that Guardian article came out around the same time as this drill being conducted. This is 2016. This is now the second time they have conducted this drill within the last couple of years. So very interesting. Anyhow, wanted to bring you guys the latest on all of that. With that, please check out my partner at getthetea.com/Lisa. Right now, he's got some amazing specials there, and I'm going to leave a link in the description box below so you can just click on it. But right now, if you go to getthetea.com/Lisa, you can buy 3 teas and get 1 free. This is going to last you a good 4 months worth of tea, or that's how long it has lasted me. But right now, any of the teas that you see there, it's buy 3, get 1 free. And then on top of that, when you go into checkout to get it, if you apply the coupon code Lisa and the number 10, just Lisa and the number 10, and hit apply coupon, then you get an additional $10 off as well as free shipping. This is one of the biggest sales that I have seen Get the Tea conduct. And by the way, this is my favorite product. It has really saved my digestive system, and I really want to encourage you, check out Get the Tea, especially if you're having any of those digestive issues. But with that, thanks again for tuning in. I love all of you. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.